And the reason I wanted to do this video was to essentially tell you how I missed my flight and why I'm actually really happy that I did miss my flight. So, I've never missed a flight before and I wasn't really sure what to do when you do miss a flight. But essentially what happened was I was getting 4 flights, one flight from Manchester to Rome. The second flight was from Rome to Saudi Arabia, and then I was going to go from Saudi Arabia to um, India, and then India to Bangkok. And there was 2 lessons that I learned essentially. One of the lessons was, hey, thanks for watching. I'm just talking about how I missed my flight, and the reason I'm glad that I did miss my flight is it helped me realise what to do when you do miss a flight. So the reasons that I missed that journey, which was the second of 4 flights that I was going to be taking, the reason that I missed it is because I didn't check in before, and then the second reason was I was too polite. So, hey guys, thanks for joining. I'm just talking about how I missed a flight, and it was because I didn't check in. But the second reason was because I was being too polite. So, what I'll do differently next time is I won't be as polite, or I will be polite, but more insistent. So essentially, I was waiting in this queue, and as I was waiting in the queue, I thought I was going to be late. I started to think, oh, maybe I will be a bit late. But instead of going to the front desk and like telling somebody, hey, look, my flight, I think it's going to be boarding in an hour. Should I book now? You know, could I like budge ahead of everyone else? I just stood there and waited until I'd completely missed the flight. And then when I said, oh, you know, I was meant to be on this flight, they said, oh, the gate closed ages ago. You're never going to make it. So then I didn't know what to do. And I was like, oh, great, I'm stuck in Rome. So I basically had a decision to make. Go back home, which would have meant I had to book another flight, and I've been banging on about going to Asia for so long that would be ridiculous. The next step was to pay for another flight. So that's what I did. And this is what I think, you know, sometimes little things come along to challenge you, to say, oh, you know, it's going to be twice as much as you thought it was going to be. And it's your choice to either pay the price, or you can decide, I don't want to pay the price, and go back. But sometimes, if you don't pay the price, you won't get those rewards. So I basically paid double. It was a very cheap flight initially. It cost £300 to get to Thailand on 4 different planes. But because I missed a flight, I then had to pay another €400, which is still relatively, you know. Anyway, it's getting me to my destination. So the things that I'll do differently next time are, number 1, check in, and number 2, especially if it's a multiple flights, check in on all the flights before. Sorry about the announcement. I'm currently in Jordan. So Jordan's actually got a really nice airport. So I've been in Jordan's airport for about 2 hours now. It's currently 11:05. Thanks for joining, guys. And I've got another 4 hours to wait. So the flight's going to be at 3 in the morning, and the flight is actually quite long. So it takes 8 hours to get from Jordan to Thailand. Really can't wait to be in Thailand, or just in Asia in general. So, yeah, the lessons that I've learned from missing my flight are, number 1, if you've got a multiple plane journey, check into all the different legs of that journey first. If you, for some reason, think you might be late for the plane and you're in a queue and you think, oh, I don't know if the queue's going to be quick enough, which is what I was doing. I was like, oh, maybe not. What I'm going to do next time is I'm just going to go to the front of the queue and ask the lady at the desk or the guy at the desk, excuse me, I've got this flight. is it okay if I jump ahead of the queue because I might miss it? Because what happened was I was too polite, I didn't say anything, and then didn't get the flight, and it could have derailed the trip. Anyway, it didn't. So I'm now in Jordan, and it's all about not what happens to you, but what you do when those things happen. How do you respond to that? And the way that I responded was to be responsible. If anyone's a big audiobook fan or a book fan, I am a massive fan of audiobooks. I used to be quite a slow reader. I'm trying to improve, but audiobooks I can listen to quite quickly. And Seven Habits of Highly Effective People is an amazing book if anyone wants to develop themselves or get slightly better. And that book talks about responsibility, and responsible being two words, response able. And if you're responsible, you're able to handle all of your responses. And it was quite funny. I missed the flight, but there were two other people that were in the same situation that I was in, and we kind of all grouped together. and and yeah, although none of us knew what was happening, it was actually quite nice to have another couple of people that were in that situation. So I had no idea what to do, and they were like, "Okay, let's book another flight." And I was like, "Jesus, that's going to be crazy expensive." But I just went on Sky. At first, it was crazy expensive because I was looking at the Etihad, and I thought I'm just going to be in Rome forever because it's like £6,000 for a flight. But then I looked on Skyscanner, and it was about €400. So yeah. Well, this is Jordan Airport, and I'm going to be here for another 4 hours. So if you're a subscriber to the channel, I really appreciate it, guys. We've got over 1,000 subscribers now. Well, we've got over 1,700 subscribers, which I'm so happy about. Now what I'm aiming for is watch more people watching more content. So if you've got any content you'd like to see, then drop me a message, guys, because I'm going to be in Thailand and I'm going to be doing my fitness content. I'm also going to be doing some self-development stuff. So if you're in a place in your life where you're a bit lost or you don't know how to develop yourself, I was in that situation, and I feel like I've managed to get slightly through that, which has allowed me to go to Thailand, and then China, which is where I'll be for the future. It's been one of those really hard things telling families and friends I've been going, because when they say, "How long are you going for?" and I just say, "Oh, I'm just going," it's hard for people to kind of comprehend. But what will be amazing, and what I can't wait to see, is what happens if you do exactly what you want and it works out better than you could ever imagine. So, for instance, one of those situations for me, I think, would be I go to Asia, and by going to Asia, something that I thought, oh, I never would be able to afford it. I thought, oh, that's for rich people doing gap years and stuff. I might be able to go to the place that I want to go to, and what if I can get a job out there? And what if I can do it by just going and not over planning and over preparing? Because I was thinking, oh, I need a job before I go, and I was thinking, oh, I need to do a course. And it's so funny, so crazy actually, that I just ended up going, which was the simplest. The simplest answer to the question is, I want to go to China or Asia. How are you going to get there? Just go, is the simplest answer. I think there's something called Occam's razor, which says, gosh, it's quite loud. Occam's razor basically says it's the shortest. If anyone knows what Occam's razor is, let me know. To a question is normally the right one. So, really appreciated you guys watching today. I might start to do more lives I don't know if you enjoy them or what the reason that you clicked was. That would be really interesting for me to know because it's quite funny. I'm making YouTube videos and sometimes it's just a guessing game as to what works and what doesn't work. You know, I've been doing quite a lot of press up videos because that seems to get quite a lot of views. Um, but where I really want to take this channel and the content for this channel is audiobooks, self development, learning anything that you want, but essentially how you can be the best version of yourself humanly possible. So, so I'm going to wrap it up, but thank you for watching, guys. And like I say, the lessons that I learned from missing my flight were number one, if you've got a multiple flight trip, you know, with 3 or 4 flights, make sure you check into all of them so you don't need to recheck in because that was a complete curveball. And then the second point is if you're going to do that, then don't be too polite when you're having to queue up again. You know, hey, I think I'm going to be late. Can I check in here? And if you are going to be late, you might as well say. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate you spending the time with me. I'll flip the camera just so you can see a bit more detail where we are. It's quite nice. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, let me know if you've ever missed a flight. Catch you in a bit, guys. Really appreciate you.